Hey, what's going on, family? Mid-Morning Soul here, and yeah, today is Wednesday, September 4th. The Nintendo Direct just happened, and y'all, I got to talk about it with y'all. Couple things. I might be here for a while, so yes, that's the fan in the background. You're gonna hear that as background noise. I got me a cup of water just in case my throat goes in and out, and yeah, this is just a video recapping my reactions to pretty much what I remember most about the Direct. A lot of things have been thrown in our faces, a lot of content. This one, I wouldn't be surprised if it was generally received positively. Just like for E3. And y'all, it's already a little past 7, almost going towards 8 o'clock. So the sun's already setting, and you know, I got the light on in the background, but the lighting is going to be bad. And I figure, you know, I'm just gonna roll with it. Apparently the camera doesn't think I am that dark that I don't need the flash to help illuminate my face and whatnot, but again, apologies. I'm working with what I got. Okay, so enough of the formalities and the, you know, disclaimer. Let's get to cracking this Direct, shall we? Woo-wee! So, first things first, I don't even remember what was first. I have nothing to go on, y'all. But I will say what I remember first is Luigi's Mansion 3. It is looking very solid. We got to see different floors and a new party feature, which is cute. So, yeah, but it's looking like the single-player content, which is pretty much what Luigi's Mansion is all about, is looking very robust. I can't wait to see what Nintendo has in store for the Green Man himself, the little bro. I have not played Dark Moon. People consider that like a black sheep compared to the predecessor, and I may be a little leery on that, but I've heard people who've played, you know, both games, they can spot and see discrepancies or, you know, similarities as well. So, 3 does take some elements of Dark Moon, so I do want to kind of play Dark Moon before I play Luigi's Mansion 3. And, I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Of course, I have no way of recording 3DS footage, so, you know, I just have to play it for my own enjoyment, and then I guess give my impression. But I will be getting Luigi's Mansion 3 digitally because I have funds and gold coins saved up, so hey, I get to pay for it that way. One of the biggest reveals that took a big chunk out of the Direct was Smash Brothers update information, or Smash Brothers Ultimate update information. Not only, which my eyebrows are up to here, y'all, Banjo-Kazooie is slated for release tonight, but they already revealed the 4th challenger, which was Terry Bogard. And when I saw that SNK reel of, you know, it's spoofing off of King of Fighters, Art of Fighting, Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury, Geese's ending in Fatal Fury, that was one of the cutest, well, even memorable ways to introduce your new fighter. I mean, like, oh my goodness, y'all. All the nostalgia, all the heartache of, getting whooped by geese. And then to see him just dive off the rail, that was hilarious. Oh gosh, y'all. If y'all could have saw my reaction, I was cracking up. And I've heard that people have mixed reactions about Terry. Okay. SNK did port their games from arcade to home consoles, including its own, the Neo Geo console. So it ported it to Genesis and it ported it to SNES. Don't get on me, that's how I pronounce SNES, not SNES. Like, that is a different story. But that's how I just know how to pronounce it, SNES. So, like, back in the day, Sega Genesis and SNES had so many ports of arcade games rather than titles from, first party. I mean, it was kind of like maybe 50-50, I'm not sure, or more leaning towards the ports. But y'all, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, and all of them were on those consoles. And SNK, they did make titles for exclusively for SNES and Genesis. So a lot of the younger people who didn't know about the arcade scene and, never saw like the 4-in-1 Neo Geo arcade machines where you could select a game and stuff. Y'all don't know that Terry Bogard and them for SNK, not necessarily King of Fighters, but Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, like the precursor games that led up to the King of Fighters series, were on Nintendo consoles, and still Nintendo and SNK and Sega, they have been commingling with each other, and I didn't mind Terry's inclusion. I think that's awesome. Terry has been kind of like the top dollar worker, we'll call, for SNK. He would I consider him the face of SNK? I guess, maybe. I mean, there are others. Like, I kind of would put Kiyo Kusanagi up there, too. He's like Mr. KOF himself. Because he pretty much was born with the series. And, people will recognize him as, like, the Ryu of the series. So, like, I mean, even in the Direct, they did have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Cross Fatal Fury rather than King of Fighters. So, I mean, yeah. Terry is the face of King of Fighters, Terry is the face of Fatal Fury. I see them shilling him out more than anything. Iori Yagami also got like some exposure too outside of SNK. Like, I forget this kind of niche fighter, but he's on there too. And I don't know if Kyo got the same kind of treatment, but it's usually Terry that is like going out to the other third party companies. So I thought that was pretty rad that he's gonna be a part of the Fighters Pass. Like I said, I think the only one that I wasn't really too thrilled about or didn't really know about was Joker from Persona 5. I mean, Persona's not really known with Nintendo. Like, all there were like examples were Persona Q and Persona Q2, and I thought that they were going to use Joker's inclusion as a tie-in to a port coming to the Switch. That would have been awesome. That I would have been like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'll let this slide and it's okay. But no, nothing of the sort yet. And, you know, I was just like, well, Joker. But everybody else, the hero from Dragon Quest series, pretty much all, like, not all, but majority of the heroes, not even majority, y'all. Select known heroes from the Dragon Quest series. That's fine. I get it. Whatever. Banjo-Kazooie, he had his start, or they had their start on Nintendo. Banjo was first, then came Kazooie on the N64. So, duh, and like that's a lot of people's childhood. So, like, people were so elated to see Banjo-Kazooie on the marquee, along with, you know, the other main mascots, Mario, Sonic. I said this before, y'all, for another video, so don't want to repeat myself. And now we have Terry. Now, yeah, probably a lot of younger kids, and I say younger, probably like the previous generation, and even younger than that, don't really know what Fatal Fury is or whatever, because they've never been exposed to that. So, yeah, y'all, just know that Fatal Fury SNK has had ties in with Nintendo, so it's a good deal that Terry's in as well, I would say. And trust me, I'm very particular about the Fighter's Pass. The conclusion of the Direct, there was a subsequent Smash follow-up that elaborated on Banjo-Kazooie, how they work, what's their up smash, down smash, neutral air, forward air, all that good stuff, whatever terms y'all like to use, the smashers. We got to sample their music, which sounded godlike. I will have to say, Grant Kirkhope, he put his heart and soul into those rearrangements. 10 tracks are really robust. I don't think, or like really 7 rearrangements. That's pretty robust compared to, I'm guessing, Persona and Dragon Quest. Like, you know, Grant Kirkhope really wanted to put his, like best foot forward when it came to creating those rearrangements. So I'm glad Sakurai loved his work, and this will make a nice relationship for Microsoft and Sony, so that they can continue to work together. Like, when people thought that Rare was going to be stingy and not let Nintendo get a hold of their properties, this was such a pleasant surprise. And, you know, that just proves that, you know, it just makes sense. It just makes sense to, you know, let him come back to where he first started, when I mean Banjo-Kazooie. So, yeah, we got to get a glimpse of the tracks, the stage, Spiral Mountain, the fact that it's rotating. That's crazy, but like, yeah, that can really disorient some people. And unless, you know, you would just play for the aesthetic, you're not gonna use that in tourney mode, because that can be distracting. So, but I mean, it looks amazing, and I'm pretty sure it just sparks that tiny fizz of nostalgia, and, you know, makes it explode into a eruption of happiness for some folks. I know I kind of went poetic there. I don't know why. Home run contest. That was awesome. I loved home run contest. Ever since its debut in Melee, I can't like spectating, seeing how people, you know, come up with creative ways to like really get damage on that sandbag. So, yeah, I was really elated when I saw the return of Home Run Contest. I don't know if that's dropping. I think that's dropping with the update. Not sure. Don't quote me on that. I think it might be with Terry's inclusion. He is scheduled to drop November of this year, which is crazy. So they're gonna save the last fighter of the pack. They're gonna save the last fighter of the pack for probably 2020. But then the buck don't stop there, y'all. They are adding more fighters, and it makes sense. I don't see why not. Why limit yourself to just one pack when you got this traction of interest and hype that's going behind this game? So it's like, no, I mean, if the fans want it, keep supplying their demand, then the game will still do phenomenally. To round out the Smash Brothers, like my recap, it was really touching to hear Sakurai's like dedication, his passion towards this project. He's like, even though this is being shot like a couple days after the Heroes demonstration, which was impressive, I didn't think that was the case. So he is very hard at work, and I guess he and his team like to kind of surprise us consumers with these like sooner than later release dates, because they are constantly on the grind. And somebody mentioned this in Twitch chat, which it kind of caught on to me. This might be his last Smash project or whatever, or maybe just in general with Hal. I don't know, because he seems like he's going really hard for it. But I think the guy should take a well-deserved vacation, well-deserved break. So all that good sentimental Smash stuff, and what's been going on. Oh yeah. Yeah, Sans has made his way into Smash as a Mii gunner. That was cute. People kept joking like, Sans is in Smash. Well, now he is, but it's as a Mii costume. And then they also did like other Mii costumes, basically deconfirming the chances of a fighter popping in. So from Mega Man, regular Mega Man, it's Proto Man. From Mega Man X, it's Zero. Goemon, I forget the series he's from, Fantastic Ninja or Mythical Ninja, whatever. He made it in as a Mii costume. Another thing that caught my attention. Oh gosh. See, I hate going stuff off the cuff. Yeah, while I'm looking at it, I think this was before Smash. But Super Kirby Clash, free to start. I don't know if it's gonna focus. I've already downloaded it. Sick. I don't know what free to start really implies. You might as well just make it a paid game, and like you could have said, oh, we have a demo in case you're curious. I don't get this free to start crap. Whatever. But if the model is like Super Mario Run, where you just pay for the full game, okay, I get it. But like if it's some gacha foolishness or whatever, I'm already indebted to one, and I'm only gonna be indebted to one gacha, which is Fire Emblem Heroes. Anything else, I'm free to play. That's a swear. That is a promise. You can record this, believe that. I'm not, gonna fall into any more gacha foolishness. It's just, I'm too invested in Fire Emblem Heroes. So, anything else, really with Mario Kart Tour coming up later on this month, free to play. I'm a free to play Mario Kart Tour player, whatever. Or I'll be a Mario Kart Tour tuber. So, yeah, I guess I'm still playing Fire Emblem Three Houses. So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to start Kirby Clash, Super Kirby Clash, but it looked good. You can play it online. That's cool. I'll probably do that. Pretty much gonna be a free-to-play player, unless it's like Super Mario Run with this game. And I'll just I'll just unlock the game and that's it. But other than that, no, I'm a free-to-play player for the rest of these gacha. I ain't gonna get got no more with the gacha. But still, cool nonetheless. Semi-new Kirby game. I say semi-new because there's fighters. I'm thinking this is a title that's been from the 3DS to the Switch. So, from the gameplay they showed, that's what it looked like. If you have been apprehensive this whole entire time about getting the Nintendo Switch online service, baby, you got another thing coming. Because now, not only can you get a hold of the Nintendo service, the NES service, now they're adding on SNES games. There's going to be a total of 20 at launch. And I'm not sure when exactly. I've missed when they're going to do the actual launch of the SNES. But y'all, I got really hyped about that because Star Fox, and I even had, I bought the SNES Mini, you know, back when, well, I actually got it on launch. The NES was the harder one to get because that thing flew off shelves really quick and it was gone for good. Until they brought some more back or they made more in production. So, I'm seeing this as like a SNES mini killer. Like if you really wanted, well, truth be told, the only reason why I got the SNES mini was for Star Fox 2. Now, if they bring Star Fox 2 on the online SNES library, then it's like, well, god dog it. You know, it's like, that's what solely I bought the SNES mini for. And, you know, for aesthetic too, it looks nice, it looks cute. But like if they decide to include that with the SNES library that's gonna debut, you know, it's like, well, I really didn't have to buy it then, did I? But it's still amazing that they're expanding the library to include 2 systems. The SNES was pretty much my elementary school, early middle school, really elementary school, because middle school, older, it was like, what I want to say, middle school and high school was N64 and GameCube. Those were my 2. But, yeah, y'all, I mean, super hype. Is no extra cost, and it's the cheapest of the online services of the main 3 console players. $20 for a year on a singular account, and I think it's $34, $35 for a family account, and I think you can have like 4 or 5 accounts under the thing. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then also, folks, if you are a Twitch Prime member, which you can activate with your Amazon Prime, which you can get a free month trial on to start, and then you can pay on a monthly basis. You can actually get a year's worth of Nintendo Online for free, just to get the feet wet. They do it in stages though, so they don't think you don't think you're slick or whatever. Like you try to sign up for the Twitch Prime via Amazon Prime, and then you cancel out the next month. No, no, no. You have to be an Amazon Prime member for at least, I think, 3 months or 4 months. And then they'll give you the first 3 months free. And then afterwards, you get the subsequent 9 months for free after, you're a member for those 3 months. So that's how they get you. But you might as well be a yearly member because, like, with Amazon, like, just subscribing to the Prime service is good enough. It's great enough, in my opinion. I've been a member since it first kicked off, and I didn't think anything of it. This model, I will say, versus bringing out Virtual Console, I would say that this is smart. This is how they would keep a steady stream of money coming in. Versus, well, if you were to just select one title, then that's it. You're satisfied. You don't have to worry about any other titles. However, $20 a year and you get access to a plethora of titles, and you discover some games that you may not even have wanted to play. I think that's how, just doing through game services like this, PlayStation Now, Xbox Game Pass, I played some games that I wouldn't even have blinked at, but because, hey, it was included in my service, I'm like, why not? And I ended up enjoying them. They did have an additional announcement on the side of the inclusion of SNES titles. They did bring the SNES controller, but I'm pretty sure that crap is already sold out by now, by the time I'm making this video. And I'm just going to wait until the hype dies down and they're able to make more in production. Despite them saying, oh yeah, it's only limited to 4 per account and whatever, to try to impede scalping. And I guess also deter non-online subscribers to acquiring these products. They say and do that, but it's like, bro, I don't think it's gonna be worth it. So, the controller, it looks just like, the SNES controller. And some people have already been stating oh man, the European one is the colored button one, and North American version is just the 2 hues of purple. I mean, that's fine. That's what I grew up on. I don't really have that much of a preference for aesthetic when it comes to controllers. I mean, there's some that I'm very particular about, but then there's others that I don't. The ABXY controller, so. And you don't charge it up like the Nintendo NES controllers, which they can go on Switch controllers or Switch Joy-Cons. No, you gotta charge it like a Pro controller and do it through USB-C. So, that's okay. I have a spare controller wire, and I do use a Pro controller, so it's all Gucci. And if you're wondering, for the thumbnail and for this video, why my Switch looks like this, is because, Joy-Con drift. So I mailed my Joy-Cons off to the repair center, I believe a week ago or a week and a half ago. I'm not sure, y'all. It's kind of getting late. But, yeah, I'm only using tabletop method or docked method. And I'm using a Pro controller. But yeah, usually I would use handheld. I would go back and forth between handheld and docked. But since my gray Joy-Cons are missing, I don't want to really open my new green pink Joy-Cons, the Splatoon 2 Joy-Cons, and not waste, but like mark them up yet. I might do so once I pre-order the green Joy-Cons from Best Buy. Can't wait for that. That's going to be right around the time Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out. So I'm looking forward to that. Excuse me, y'all. So there's 20 titles coming for the Switch SNES line for Nintendo Switch Online. Already 7 of those games I'm looking forward to. I love to play. So it's already worth it on that factor alone. And then the SNES controller that I mentioned earlier, y'all, it's $30. You only get one controller. But I mean, that's cool. That's good enough. So I'll wait till the hype dies down. Like, I'm perfectly complacent with using the standard like Pro Controller or Switch Joy-Cons. But I think that's cool that they're releasing controllers to coincide with the different system services that they do for online. Deadly Premonition 2, that is getting released. I don't know if it's exclusive to Switch. That's crazy if it is. If you don't know, Deadly Premonition 1, or the first one, whatever, it was such an odd game. Like, I think it had its hand in too many jars while it was trying to be like story driven, but they had like freestanding like action scenes, and then they had like quick time events. Like, it kind of came out as a hot mess, but it was a funny execution. Like, I played that game, and I would say I was surprised when the sequel, which is actually a prequel, Deadly Premonition 2 is a prequel, and it got announced for Switch. So I thought that was pretty freaking cool. And then I'm like, well, what about Deadly Premonition 1? And they are releasing that as Deadly Premonition Origins. So I might pick that up. I'm hoping if it's not digital only, I would like to get that physically. But if it's just digital only, then so be it. That's fine. I'll just get it for that. But yeah, I actually enjoyed those games. Those games were crazy. If you don't know Deadly Premonition, whatever, just look it up on YouTube. There's plenty of playthroughs over it. It's a weird game. But like, if you don't want to be spoiled, then just look at just the intro or whatever, and the character introduction. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, I was pretty hyped about that. I was like, oh my gosh, people care about Deadly Premonition? That's crazy. So yeah, they cared about it enough for it to get a sequel. But I hope with Deadly Premonition 2, they linearize what they want the focus of the game to be on, because it feels like a Heavy Rain-ish copycat, but like really bootleg, if you ask me. A port that I never would have thought to have made the Switch is making its way come early next year. And I am talking about Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. I didn't even know that's how you pronounce that title. Oh, it's Encore. So let me say the whole title properly. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. Okay, and the main thing, I think I almost tried to get the collector's edition for the Wii U, but the Wii U was pretty much dead at that point, so I was like, you know what? Forget it, whatever. And y'all, it is not what it would. The problem with Tokyo Mirage Sessions is that it wasn't the Persona Cross Fire Emblem we were thinking of. It's more like Miku Hatsumi invades Fire Emblem with a hint of Persona with the spells and junk. So, like, it kind of got mixed reviews, but I guess it was enough to want to get some more money out of that game. I am wondering, however, for the Switch, since Nintendo has been on this radical journey of no censorship and we don't want to censor our titles or whatever. I don't know if they were just talking about third party or overall all of their games, but Fire Emblem or TMS, I'm just going to call it TMS. TMS was censored here in stateside. One of the channels I would strongly suggest checking out, what I'm referring to, is Censored Gaming. I think they're an awesome channel that pretty much covers the lay details on why, you know, certain games on certain territories get censored. So they cover, they don't just cover like here in the States and what maybe Japan. No, they go to Europe, Australia too. Like, you know, areas where there's a big discrepancy between uncensored and the stuff they took out. With TMS, they took out like a DLC, which was kind of crap if you ask me, because it was pretty much fan service. But hey, it was fan service with equality. Like, there was one for the boys, one for the girls, y'all. So I don't understand why they just took that out. And they did alter some of the main in-game content, of course. Like, there's gravure, I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. But like those like racy pictures, whatever some of the Japanese women do, they changed it completely for stateside. And then also they did costume alterations for like two of the lead lady cast members in the party. So I thought that was like, some of it, I'm like, well, okay, whatever. But like, I think one of them, they censored the wedding dress. They tried to like conceal the fact that it was a wedding dress. I guess, you know, NOA feels a certain way. I'm really curious as to, are those changes still going to stick? If so, then it's like, well, shoot. What? I don't care about the new content then. It's like, if it's still censored here in the States, then it's like, well, the hell with the game. I don't care. Like, that I'm actually curious on and will determine if I would be interested in purchasing TMS Encore. So I don't know, if we get some concrete answers on that, that'll be cool. I don't know if they're going to say anything on that so soon. But if they do, cool. But yeah, like, some of the censorship were pretty stupid. Because, like, if you know, check out Censored... excuse me. If you check out Censored Gaming's video on the matter, then you would see, you know... Oh man, this is stupid. Why do they do that? But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's up to NOA. We'll see if their censoring crusade isn't like a double-edged sword or something of that matter. So, yeah, I'm about to say Shin Megami Tensei. So, yeah, TMS, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp, FE, Encore, coming to us in 2020. So, the big deal for me. And pretty much what I would end this video on, because I think I've been talking for almost an hour. But I mean, this direct was everything and then some. Alright. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, y'all, was Animal Crossing New Horizons. It is shaping up to be very pleasing on the eyes. I think it looks beautiful in both handheld and on the screen. Like, as I was looking at the direct on my regular TV, it looks very beautiful. It looks like a step up from New Leaf, of course. It's got to be a step up where we have better technology. And the reason why I'm so excited about Animal Crossing New Horizons is because Animal Crossing New Leaf, like, it has helped me out tremendously, y'all. Tremendously, you know, going through pharmacy school. It was such a stress reliever. I shudder to think what my town is looking like now. It probably looks like freaking nuke done hit it or something. But I mean, every day I would treat myself to Animal Crossing for like an hour or two, as a means to stop myself from studying so hard. And and I'm just excited for the capabilities with the Switch. We have a more powerful hardware, more selection, more to do. I'm wondering how they're going to handle, or how DLC will be handled. How to, like, build up your civilization. You know, I don't think a lot of people get Animal Crossing because it seems so mundane, and people are like, well, shit, you can do that. You can do what you do in Animal Crossing pretty much in real life, so what do you care about? But I mean, okay, you usually don't talk to small little animated creatures like pigs and bears and gorillas and deer and penguins and, you know, so on and so forth. And, like, you can, like, be a different person or you could be you. It's totally up to your discretion on how you want to play Animal Crossing. There is no finish with the game. The replayability is so paramount because it's a day-to-day life simulator. And, you know, I didn't get this when I was little. So I'm guessing, like, the people, not all, but mostly it's probably young people that don't really get Animal Crossing. I'm not saying all young people, but majority, or just folks who don't really care for simulators like that. But yeah, a lot of people, and like I'm saying, when I was young trying to play Animal Crossing on GameCube, I didn't get it either. I was like, why is this game so good? Like, why do people say this game's so good? It sucks. I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. There's no, like, defined way to play. You don't beat the game. But it's just nice to build up your town or your island or whatever. It's going to be island this time, but it just takes you away. It's like such a relief. And, you know, it's just crazy to see how they try to tie in, like, they use these real world connections, like Nook phone, that's supposed to be an iPhone or Android. I'm gonna think it's an Android, I don't care. But, like, they bring in, like, these real world cues, and, you know, they cutesy it up, they doll it up, but it's still a form of escapism that I really appreciated, because Animal Crossing just like chills you out. It mellows you. Like, there's no competition. There's no getting stressed over anything. You just pick it up and play. You get lost in the sauce with Animal Crossing. Oh yeah, I could tell y'all, for New Leaf, I probably have I know I have like at least 300 hours. 300 hours. Maybe even more. But with New Horizons, I will say, I hope that, you can pick your skin tone, because a New Leaf, that was such a bummer. It was stupid, to be honest. Like, you had to, in order to get the lighting's off, but in order to get a skin tone like mine, you had to sit out in the sun on Tortimer Island, or if your town has beach access during the summer, you just had to stand out there and get cooked by the sun, which is stupid. You wouldn't do that in real life because of skin cancer, but it's like this is a video game. But in order for my villager to look like me, I shouldn't have to go through that motion. I should just pick the skin tone that I'm, wanting for my character. So I believe they fixed this. They did fix it in Happy Home. What the heck is it called? The homemaking Animal Crossing game. Happy Home Hunter or Village or whatever. Happy Homemaker Designer. I haven't played that game. And I haven't played Pocket Camp either. But they did also... Well, I played Pocket Camp, but not enough. I played it during the initial launch, and then I'm like... bleh, got bored of it. So, hopefully they've been, listening to fans that had these valid concerns. Like, the pole vault. The pole vault is ingenious. It's my town was divided by a river, and it infuriated me when I had to, if I wanted to catch a fish that was on the opposite side, I had to go around if my reel didn't, or not reel, excuse me, if the bait didn't reach the fish, or the lure, or whatever, the lure. If the lure didn't reach the fish, you had to, run all the way around, and by that time, the fish could have been pieced out. So, the pole vaulting, I think that's going to scare the fish, however. Pole vaulting is a nice, way, oh, you wouldn't do it near the fish, but pole vaulting is a nice way to, quickly get across the river without having to build a bridge and traverse that long way to get to where you need to go. I think that was ingenious, putting the pole vault feature, taking some cues from Pocket Camp. You could Pocket Camp and Happy Home Designer, where you can mold the outside of your residence and your surrounding area, and pretty much your town. You can customize furniture outside. I smiled so hard when you could make a flower crown with flowers you picked up and put it on your head as an accessory. I was so giddy, y'all. I'm telling you, New Horizons, it's a pre-purchase, digital, unless there's a collector's edition, but usually there's not collector's editions associated with Animal Crossing. So, it is what it is, y'all. But yeah, that is what I really look forward to. That's not what they closed the show on. It was Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Like I said, with whatchamacallit, other stuff, like, the heck was that other title? See, I don't forget that other title. Like Doom 64, other stuff. Like, if you like it, I love it for you. Like, congratulations, be happy with that. JRPGs, I try not to get tangled with them because they are lengthy, and I'd rather be putting my time in towards Animal Crossing. I think the only JRPG I'm thinking about getting, well, no, not thinking, I know I'm getting, is Final Fantasy Remake. So, that's gonna be the JRPG. That's pretty much it. I gotta go through this footage, edit it all, get it nice and presentable for y'all. But I really enjoyed talking with you all about the Nintendo Direct. Was it everything? No, it wasn't everything. But it was pretty much the games and features that I am most looking forward to. Please let me know in the comment section below what you're most looking forward to. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. And, yeah, like, seriously, y'all, what is tea with Nintendo? They are knocking it out of the park. So, folks, I actually had a summoning session video for Fire Emblem Heroes. I was supposed to be editing that and uploading that, but this is going to take precedence, and then probably a couple days later, I'll have the summoning session up with Legendary Julia. How I did, you're just going to have to find out. Tune in and find out for that, but you know, it is what it is. Like I said, that's the way of the gacha. I will say that. The gacha giveth and the gacha taketh away. So, yeah, y'all. I mean, Nintendo is knocking it out the park. I was so satisfied with this Direct. It was amazing. I'm also glad that Dorian spared us. I can't really say the same. I am hoping and praying that those subsequent storms will go every which way but my way. But, you know, living in Florida, y'all, it's a given. It's something that, you know, may or may not happen, but we just expect the worst and hope for the best. So, yeah, Mid-Morning Soul with this extra long video. That's kind of why I wasn't, like, I don't upload on the regular, but I'm trying to change that, y'all, so bear with me. Might be a few more days until I'm getting into my normal rhythm. The storm kind of threw everything off, but I would love to, like, upload on the normal schedule. So, yeah, no new content for NG, or Spirit Hunter NG, that's what it's called here. So, I mean, we'll just have to leave it as is. But if something comes up, y'all, I'll be more than happy to jump on that and get a quick video out to you all. But other than that, y'all, I hope you had a wonderful hump day. And for those of y'all that may be impacted by Dorian, just stay strong out there. Be safe. I'm wishing all the best for you. Hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully that storm just buggers off. And yeah, y'all, I will see you in the next video. So until then, folks, y'all know my philosophy on things. View what you want to, do what you want to, and I'll see you in the next episode. So take care. Peace.